Who is Ismail Haniyeh, the man who came out of the refugee camps to the top of the leadership of the Hamas movement? Ismail Abdel Salam Ahmed Haniyeh was born on January 23, 1962 in Gaza, in the Shadi refugee camp. His family had taken refuge there from the village of Al-Jur, near the occupied city of Ashkelon. Education and training. He studied elementary and middle school in the schools of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees, and obtained his high school diploma from Al-Azhar Institute. He then joined the Islamic University in Gaza in 1987, graduating with a degree in Arabic literature, and led the student work of the Hamas movement there. Political experience. Haniyeh became famous during the First Palestinian Intifada, which began in 1987 and continued until 1994, as one of the young leaders of Hamas, and was known as an eloquent orator. The Israeli occupation authorities arrested Haniyeh for the first time in 1987, shortly after the outbreak of the Palestinian Intifada, and he remained in prison for 18 days. Then he was arrested for the second time in 1988 for 6 months. Haniyeh entered Israeli prison again in 1989 on charges of belonging to the Hamas movement, where he spent 3 years in prison, after which he was exiled to the Marj al-Zuhur area in southern Lebanon. But he returned to the Gaza Strip after spending a year in exile following the signing of the Oslo Accords, and became the head of the Islamic bloc at the Islamic University of Gaza. In 1997, Israel released Sheikh Ahmed Yassin, and Ismail Haniyeh took over the presidency of his office. On September 6, 2003, Haniyeh was subjected to an Israeli assassination attempt while he was with Sheikh Ahmed Yassin, with a bomb launched by a warplane on a house where the two were inside, but they survived the attempt. During the legislative elections held in 2006, Haniyeh headed the Change and Reform bloc affiliated with Hamas, which won the majority of seats and was tasked by Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas with forming the government. On June 14, 2007, President Abbas issued a decision to dismiss Haniyeh from the premiership, following his movement's control of the Gaza Strip, following armed battles between members of his movement and others from the Fatah movement. Haniyeh served as the leader of the Hamas movement in the Gaza Strip since 2007, before leaving it in 2017 to be succeeded by Yahya Sinwar. Haniyeh also served as the deputy head of the movement's political bureau, Caleb Meshal, from 2013 until May 2017. In 2017, Ismail Haniyeh became the head of the political bureau of Hamas, succeeding Caleb Meshal, who had held the position of head of the movement since 1996. Wars fought by Ismail Haniyeh. 4 wars waged by Israel on Gaza in 13 years. 2008 to 2009 Operation Cast-Led/Battle of Furqan. On December 27, 2008, Israel launched a war on the Gaza Strip, calling it Operation Cast-Led, and the Palestinian resistance in the Strip responded with an operation called Battle of Furqan, 2012 Pillar of Cloud/Stones of Sijil. Israel called it Pillar of Cloud, and the Palestinian resistance responded with the Stones of Sijil battle. This war began on November 14, 2012, and lasted 8 days. 2014 Protective Edge/Operation Protective Edge. On July 7, 2014, Israel launched an operation called Operation Protective Edge, and the resistance responded with the Operation Protective Edge battle. The confrontation lasted 51 days, during which the occupation army launched more than 60,000 raids on the Strip. 2023 Al-Aqsa Flood/Iron Swords. Under the leadership of Ismail, head of the political bureau of Hamas and commander of the military wing Yahya Sinwar, the Palestinian resistance launched an unprecedented attack on the settlements of the Gaza envelope on October 7, 2023, calling it Operation Al-Aqsa Flood. Ismail Haniyeh's assassination. After 4 failed assassination attempts, at exactly 2 a.m. Paran time, Ismail Haniyeh was assassinated at his residence in the Iranian capital, Tehran, in an Israeli airstrike. This is the story of a man who started as a refugee and ended up as a martyr. So what do you think?